Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we will be working on the DeAgostini Volkswagen T1 Stage 89, and I mentioned in my last video that I was missing this part originally. DeAgostini did send it right out. It just, anytime they send anything, it takes about a week before you get it, unfortunately. This is actually a long stage, comparatively speaking. You can see here the staples are in the middle of the book. So lots to do on this. Well, maybe not a lot, but a lot going on in this issue. So you can see stack of parts here, including some more lights. That's something that we have not yet seen for the Volkswagen is a test box, which makes me a little bit nervous. I'm hoping everything is going to work, but they did not provide a test box anywhere so far in this build. Make sure that's all the parts. So you got the steering wheel. What is this? This is 89-7. Looks like a dash. They call it a shelf. Several parts. Looks like you've got some brackets in there. Round piece. Not sure what that round piece is for. What does it say here? Oh, that's your side mirror. And that sticker goes on there. You got your steering column. I think that's the steering column. Or part of it. But like I said, bunch of parts. I recognize those. Those look like door, not door. What do they call it? They're for the doors, but they're to keep the doors from swinging too far open. So let me go ahead and turn the page, and we'll get started. So the first thing it has you do is get out this steering column. Get everything out of this bag. Those should be LEDs for the headlights. And I will need this piece as well. So you got the steering column, and they want you to put it down through this part. That's not the part. This part. And you do have a flange on here. They want that part to go in, the flange to go in there, and it's going to set in just like that. And then you've got this piece here, which they're, what are they calling? Steering columns. Yeah, it's part of the support for the steering column. It's going to go on here. You've got the two holes here, two holes on here. It's going to go on here just like that. Sink in or tie in there. And you're going to secure it in place with 3 BP03s screws. You got BD04. These are the BP03s. Let me go ahead and get them open and put them into the screw box up here. And there's quite a few of them, which means there's going to be a lot of stuff going on together in this one. Get the 2 screws. First one is started. Let me get the second one started as well. And then I'll tighten them both down. So that's down. That's down. A little bit stiff in here, but shouldn't be any problem. So now you take your steering wheel, and there's a D-shaped part there, D-shaped pin, D-shaped hole. Place the indicator. Well, it says place the indicator lever first. Which actually they did it kind of well. Go ahead and pour these parts out. Make sure there's nothing left in the bag. there it is. Actually, I'm pretty impressed because they painted it silver except for the very end, which is white. That's going to go in here, that hole right there. Should be a press fit. They do not. Yeah, that's going to, press fit is going to be just right. Perfect. And then they mentioned the flat spot on the steering wheel and the column. Or steering wheel and the steering column. But they don't seem to be wanting to go together. There we go. So that's the steering wheel with the turn signal on there. And I know this looks like cup holders. That's going to be just screws. I'm wondering, is it going to go on like that? Probably. Yeah, it's going to go on like that because there's the two posts that are going to go in there. As a matter of fact, that is the next step, is you put those two holes, you put these two pins in, and there are screw holes in there. So set that in there, and then you tie them, you screw, or you attach them with two BDO3 screws. This, since it is all plastic, I would be very careful while you're building it because you don't want to snap any parts at this point. Especially the steering column, because this is a lot more simple steering column than a lot of them. The one for the London bus did not work for me. I had to actually, sorry, my phone's pinging. I had to actually disconnect it for everything to come together on the bus. So with this shelf, when the shelf is flat, that's going to go down at an angle. Set this down. Got to bring this in here. Okay, this is a support post for the nose of the car. This is going to go on here just like that. You got your two holes there with sockets down in the bottom. These pins are going to go into those sockets. You're going to put screws in from this side, and they are going to be, let me see what it says here. This is the heater outlet, not a support post. And they're going to be put in with BDO4 screws. Go ahead and get those put away and get two of them out of the box. Sorry, I said BDO4. Those are BP04s, which there's a ton of them in the box. Let me go ahead and get these in there, into the box. Well, there's one that I need. There's the second one that I need. Still didn't fall out of the bag. Move the screws out of the way. Hold this piece in place while I put the screws in one at a time. Get one started. Get the other one started, and then we'll go back and tighten it all the way down. So this here would be the heater outlet. The heat would come out this spot here, this spot here. If I was super detailing it like some people do, like a friend of mine, Todd, on Marvel PHX, he's got a website where he does his part works, and he super details. I would come in here, I'd actually paint this entire part and paint that in black probably, unless there may be a sticker later on that to show that that's the vent. So I'm looking at this. Oh, I'm missing a part of the dash. That's what the problem is. Sitting here looking at this, thinking this is this part here. This is the part of the dash that we did before. It's got this switch here. This is going to go on get attached to this, you've got the two tabs here, here, and here that are going to line up with these two lugs here to attach that. Doesn't show anything specific on the wiring except for just keep it out of the way. That's, let me show you something here. You got these two grooves here, and two recesses here and here. That's where the springs for the windshield washers are going to go, or wipers, sorry. This is going to go on here, and it will be attached with two BD04 screws. Get them out. It will not hold itself in place until there's at least one screw in there. So let me go ahead and get this first one in here. And this, very important, it will not go together unless this point is over the top of the front panel of the vehicle, of the car. So there's the first one started. Get the second one on here. Get it started, and then I will tighten them both down. Okay. So you can see the two screws are in there. This is how it looks from the top. This is how it would look from the inside of the car. No frills, and this shelf here is going to go in here like this. Matter of fact, I think that's the next step. And it is actually a shelf because you can see underneath there. Okay, so that's that. That's on there. Insert the end of the cable switch into the rectangular hole in front of the interior panel. Okay. This cable, because this is the actual interior of what the interior is going to look like. This is the interior panel of the car. This cable, you push through this hole right here. And then let it be, routed off to the side. And then you bring this in. You got the three tabs there going onto the three lugs, like I was saying, like that. And they are going to be held in place by three BP04 screws. I'm going to go ahead and start over here on the right, if I can get in there. This is when you need to really make sure your screwdriver is magnetic, because without a magnetic screwdriver, it will be very difficult to place the screws in place. There's the second one, and again, they're only just started. Get the third one in here in the middle. Tighten it all the way down, going into plastic, so don't over tighten. I may have over tightened one of these screws up in here before. Should be okay. Nothing, it's more than anything else, it's just there to kind of keep it in position. You're not going to be wrenching on this at all. Secure the shelf from the underside with two BP04 screws. Oh, I didn't even point that out. Didn't even realize that was there. Make sure those are in the right spot. And inside there, you can see these two towers. One here, one over here. They've got screw holes in the bottom. And those are you're gonna put a BP04 screw into the bottom of each of those, and that will secure the shelf in place. It's actually securing the shelf and the dash at the same time in place. this other one started. There's one. There's the other. And see, on the Volkswagen, on the Samba, instead of a glove box up here, you got a shelf. A little bit different idea. And then the last part for right now on here is going to be taking these pieces here and these fabric pieces that I was talking about a while ago. What you're going to do, let me see, it's going to be BPO3 screws. You're going to take the fabric and hook it around like that on both of them. These are going to be your door stops. You're going to take two of the BPO3 screws for each one. So there's three. There's the fourth one. Actually, would help if I would look ahead. You don't need two screws for each, even though there's two holes. There's two holes, but on either side, you've got that pin and that screw hole. So you're going to put this on here like that. The pin's going to hold it in place until you put the screw in. And the screw is going to hold it in place permanently. There's one. I'm just making sure. Okay. Do the same thing, but in the opposite direction over here. You see that the way it's on here, it's got the bump that the fabric arm or fabric piece is on is going to go up. Put it on here. Put the screw in. And why one side's always got to be more difficult than the other. Do this again. Get it on there. Hold it in place slightly with my thumb. Have the screw fall off of the end of the screwdriver. There we go. Tighten it down. And now you've got your door catches, I guess is what you call them. It keeps the doors from swinging around and hitting the front of the van. So let me set this aside for a minute. And we're going to bring the body over. Inside the body, this is going to be hard to show. Let me see if I can reposition one of the cameras. Get the oil out of the way. Let me see. Nope, wrong camera. There we go. Switch cameras here. So inside here, we're now going to be putting the two headlights. The headlights are going to go into the headlight housing on either side. Let me double check, see if it has. Look at me go. This one's supposed to be 7, and I put 7 over there. This one's 8. It's going to go over here. And they actually show it with the on the face. I'm not going to put the car on its face to do this. Let me see. Those are BDO4s. These are probably the screws I'm going to need here. Regardless, I need to put them away. So put the BDO4s into their pocket. And the screw holder. Get out these pieces here. I only see one. Is there? tabs. I only see, okay, there is two tabs. I only saw one there for a minute. Get these pieces out. You've got these two little plastic tabs. I'm just looking to see. Ah, okay. This is something I've never seen before. You've got two pins up in here. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me switch back to top camera. Okay. So you've got two pins here and two pins here. The cable is going to come down through there, and there's actually a groove here in the headlight. Yeah, they're not having you fold it down, but the cable is going to come down through there. I'm going to go ahead and set this on its face. Be gentle with it. Like I said, I don't like doing this. Turn this so that the wires are a little bit better aligned. Cable is going to come down through here, and you're going to take one of these for each spot, and you're going to capture the cable between them, between it and the front end of the car. I don't know, whoops, not sure how well that is going to hold in place. Yeah, it's not going to hold in place at all. So let me pause right now, get these in place, and I'll be back once they're where they need to be. Okay, got them in. To be honest, I think this is something that should have been done before this point, before putting the sides on. I have a feeling those will pop loose without much coaxing. I may go back and super glue them. I just knocked off one of the lights. It is a press fit, so let me put it back in there. Maybe. Come on. And by lights, I mean they're decorative. There is no light inside of them. I'll show you in a second. I knocked off one of the turn signal lights right here. Just looking because there's a bunch of little loose pieces here. I just want to make sure I did not miss anything. We've got some pins. We've got the rear view mirror, reflector for the rear view mirror. It looks like those are not used. Okay, so those will not be used. Let me go ahead and switch back to the other camera again. And with as long as these are needed in place, it will probably work out okay. Just looking, they've got this running down to the front, or running down the front of the car. You've got 4 pinhole or 4 screw holes here. corresponding to 1, 2, 3, 4 lugs that you're going to attach it to. I don't think I want to do this on camera. I'm going to go ahead and take care of it, get it done, come back and show you the results, because it's going to be a little bit fiddly and I don't want to swear on camera pretty much. So I'll be back in a minute. Second for you. Could be 5-10 minutes for me to get this on, but I'll be back when it's done. Okay, I was able to get that in there. And so you can see down here, these screws. Up inside here, the other two screws. The springs are inside, so you can actually move the windshield wipers. This one's still a little bit funky because I replaced it with a different spring. Things that are important on this stage of the build when you put this piece in. Get these two screws started first. First thing you got to do is get it over top of the windshield wipers. Once you do that, it's not too bad, but it takes a little bit of effort. Just get them started. Then it's not going to want to go all the way down here onto the headlights because of this lug here and this lug here. Gently press it in on this side or either side. It'll pop in there. Once it's in there on that side, go to the other side. Don't do both at the same time. You're going to overflex the plastic and probably end up breaking something. This bothers me. This looks like it might not be just a piece hanging. Oh, you know what? That is going to be how the mirror hangs on. Okay, sorry. But once they're in there, once you've got all four in there, tighten them down. Haven't tried. Yeah, they looks like the wires should be movable. You shouldn't have to move them much. Okay, they were over here a little bit farther, but they should plug straight into the chassis. I feel it flexing every time I pick it up like this. I'm really not excited about the way this is put together at this point, but not much you can do. It is the build that it is. So let me go ahead and switch to the other camera. Back to the overhead. And at the end of this stage, we end up with several spare parts. You got 3 pins. You got these two. I don't even know what to call them. C pieces. They're probably, well, not probably. They're going to go somewhere over here on the side to keep the side doors from flinging. You got the mirror. I think that pin there, that round piece there, is for hold the mirror in place. 89-11, what is it? It is side mirror support. These are all left over. It doesn't, the mirror's not put on yet. So you need to store them in a safe place. And of course, missed one thing, the mirror reflective surface. That's all there is for this issue. I'm really liking the way this is coming together, even if there are parts that I'm not really excited about the way they did them. When this goes together, it will be a lot better for the car. Although I think this might go on to the chassis before we get the rest of it, just because I see screws on that side, which tells me it's going to come in from the side. That's it for this video. Hope you're enjoying this. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Come on over to Facebook, YouTube, and Discord. See what's happening on Hobby Time Modelers. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted. Something was in my eye. But come on over to, like I said, come on over to Hobby Time Modelers on Facebook, YouTube, and Discord. See what we're doing. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you on the next video.